select, and Ryze and Vladimir taken away on the side of OMG. EDG thinking about their final ban. And Trundle is going to be taken away as EDG might actually be looking at a Maokai first pick.
The priority.
Well, they potentially could. As there it is. And our Mouse is going to lock in that big tank for the top side. So already good news, OMG having to switch things up once again. See whether they take away the Echo, something like that.
Big picks available are going to be the Karma and the Sivir. Likewise, you don't really ever want to give a team Maokai and Sivir. Yep. So I expect that to be the route that OMG go.
Taking both of them at the same time, of course. Juejue thinking about his Graves, however. He had a brilliant game number 2 performance and would not surprise me if he wants to go back on the champion one more time.
Likewise, clearlove is a big Graves advocate. I do like the Lee Sin, though. Maokai comes in with the Twisted Advance.
And gets booted out.
Exactly. Kick him back out.
And also, if you kick him through the enemy team, Maokai likes to build a lot of health, and you now do more damage kicking that big burly body through your opponents.
We've seen great performances from juejue and his Lee Sin.
Well, that is going to be locked in. So Lee Sin and Karma taken away for OMG. Sivir still available if Deft wants to pick it up, but his Ashe is also there. Hasn't been able to play it this entire series long. What does Rapid Star have in store for us this time?
The anticipation is killing me.
Yeah, exactly right. Because there's the Jhin being looked at from Scout. And meiko thinking of heading towards his Thresh pickup. Bard's available. There are different options here if they'd like to go for it, but Thresh is going to be taken away. Jhin picked up as well. Jungle and mid lane still yet to be seen here from EDG.
Very different champions. Not that EDG haven't shown these champions kind of over their history, but not really together like this. I have a feeling that Thresh is being used in a very similar way that he would when in pair with Ashe.
Yep.
So offering a lot of safety to a low mobility AD carry.
I like as well the fact that it's difficult to pick Ashe into Thresh as well, so possibly deterring OMG from taking that champion one more time.
S1mLz, very comfortable on the Jhin. See what else he looks for.
Well, honestly, Miss Fortune, he'd be able to build the same items. Definitely a comfort there. As Miss Fortune's locked in. So it will be Miss Fortune, Karma on the bottom side of the map, and Nautilus, basically the poor man's Maokai, towards the top side of the map. 957 didn't find very much success on the champion when he decided to take it. However, OMG want to have a big tank.
So, like Jhin, Miss Fortune has been seeing some pickup in popularity with the Duskblade itemization, just because of how it works with her Q, doing ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah, you double up onto someone and they die. Is clearlove looking to head back to his Kha'Zix?
It's purple.
Yeah.
I agree with this. It's also an insect.
Yeah, insectoid style.
Maybe we thought Skarner was the other insect.
Well, yeah, maybe it was all just a mistake. As, no, Kha'Zix, especially in the hands of clearlove, has looked very, very strong.
The thing is normally they pair Kha'Zix with the likes of Azir.
Yep.
Or Ryze, something that does massive amounts of Baron damage, because Kha'Zix opens up a lot of objective and monster control through his empowered Q.
Well, I have a feeling you could probably still duo it with, you know, the tree and the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix, of course, spamming out a lot of abilities. You get that sap magic quite a lot, meaning that the tree can then tank up the Baron for quite some time, but definitely some different things coming out as OMG lock in the Lissandra, probably trying to deter Scout from taking the teleport on the Twisted Fate. See whether they can force him into that cleanse at the moment. Still with the teleport.
Still big 5v5 comp coming out of OMG.
Yeah.
The bullet frozen time. Definitely going to be the name of the game. Their engage potential, a little bit lackluster. They do have the long range engage from the death charge.
Yep.
But otherwise, they're going to be really reliant also on juejue, looking for those flanks and some high mechanical insects.
Yeah, and I also like S1mLz having the extra movement speed available to him from that Karma as well. So shoring up some of Miss Fortune's weaknesses. She will be strutting around when she can, but it's hard to keep that up in a team fight. And this bottom lane will be very exciting to watch if we do get those standard lanes. However, the top lane will be the entire opposite, as these burly tanks will just be wet noodle fighting this whole time. But it's enough from us. Let's get into Game 3 between EDG and OMG. clearlove looking wonderful as usual as we hop onto the Rift. EDG now on our blue side for our final game of the evening. Taking the Kha'Zix this time. And yes, it's not Skarner.
It's purple, it's a bug, that's all that matters. It also empowers EDG to look for monster objective control, which is typically what they do with this Kha'Zix. Normally it is in tandem with a pick like Ryze, like Azir, as a flash comes out.
Yeah, double flashes as S1mLz, already without his.
Even our spectator was like, whoa.
Yeah. I think we all were.
But,
there are a lot of Thunderlords this game.
Immediately a reset of mentality for EDG, already trying to focus on some sort of cheese in the bot lane.
Yeah, and deft as well, deciding to switch it up. So like S1mLz, yeah, got some work done with that Deathfire touch. I'll do the same thing. S5 gets a couple of autos down with his traditional Karma on that ward in the brush. And OMG setting up for standard lanes by the looks of things. And Scout with no flash. Juejue, early ganking jungler. I wonder what's going to happen.
That said, a lot of Lee Sins have been going the route of power farming.
Yeah, true.
Just to try to get to that level 6 power spike much faster. Again, the higher priority of champions like Nidalee, Kindred, or not Kindred, Nidalee, Elise.
Yep.
Champions that don't necessarily have a level 6 power spike to the same extent. Kind of thrives with.
Well, it's a red buff start here as well, as Meiko grabs himself a Gromp, discovers the fact that S1mLz is not smacking it anymore. And clearlove with his red buff start. We'll see where he decides to go, whether it's going to be, oh my god, is he going to level 2 gank S1mLz?
This would just be brutal. Death Sentence will be back up for Meiko.
5. He doesn't have the movement speed available
he's definitely
just yet.
going for it.
Yeah, there it is. Leap comes in. S1mLz, he gets hooked. Meiko gets exhausted, but it doesn't matter. And first blood goes to EDG.
But this is the difference between EDG when their jungler is empowered for early game pressure versus when they're on Skarner. Immediately, a cheeky level 2 gank goes into an invade because they have complete control of the bottom lane. Juejue now looking for a response in the mid lane.
Yeah, looking for it. We'll see whether we can actually get there as well, as Icon has this wave in a nice position. Fantastic ward timing comes in from Scout.
Great heads-up play from Scout. It should mean that Juejue still will look for the blue trade, especially because xiyang has priority on top. Although they really want to punish Scout's lack of flash.
They certainly do. Does get over to the red buff, though, as theirs was stolen away. clearlove now going to take himself a Rift Scuttler. There's Meiko. Push it away. He's still level 1 as he kills the ward. Deft at level 2.
I say just gank him again.
Get down there again, man.
There's a big creep wave in front of EDG. So he's buying time, waiting for them to clear. They're doing it again. There's no flash on Miss Fortune.
Yeah, well, there's the Flay as well as 5. Uses the shield. S1mLz gets flash leapt on as the teleport's coming in from both of these top laners. xiyang already makes his way through as Mouse is going to find his way in as well. 5 incredibly low, but shields himself back up. And now xiyang looking to try and go deep. Deft takes down 5, and now xiyang in a whole host of trouble. Deft will be able to get in there, but it's Mouse that picks up the kill, and EDG 3-0.
Juejue making his way down river. Oh, no.
And there's the deadly flourish. clearlove comes in and picks up the kill with a Q.
Welcome to the game, clearlove. I've missed you for game 1 and game 2.
Yeah. What were you doing? Oh, wait. What was that? Wiggling?
Wiggling.
Wiggling.
Immediately, though, incredible turnaround. Def now sitting 1-0-3. We talk about this time and time again. Yes, Def is an incredible, mechanically gifted AD carry. He's able to make these magical plays happen, miracle moments, sending EDG into MSI the first time around with an incredible crit team fight. 2v2ing Mata and Uzi, but at the end of the day, the heart and soul of EDG, the true carry of EDG, has always been their jungler enabling their team.
Yep, the man that we saw intro us into this game, most definitely the heart and soul. Even if it was just after he got out of the shower or something like that.
I do enjoy the bloopers where he laughs.
Yeah. Icon doing fine here in the mid lane as Scout with his flash available relatively soon, but meiko wants to make a problem happen as Icon's flash got blown, actually.
Well, meiko gets space to do this because the S1mLz and 5 duo lane is now on the top side. They have completely ejected from the situation, like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
We are not having a good time. We're going top.
We'll see whether EDG decide to shove this one out or whether they're going to answer that change up that has come out. First dragon's going to be a cloud, so we'll probably not see it die until about 15 minutes into the game where people can be bothered killing it.
But that's really important. It helps empower OMG's decision to move their duo into the top side, knowing that it's not an infernal or a mountain or an ocean that they're missing out on, so they're not being punished for this maneuver. They're just punishing poor little Nautilus.
Yeah, poor little Nautilus indeed. But he is ahead in farm. Not doing too badly. Mouse has himself double Dorans, as well as that null magic mantle after the 1-0-1 start that he did manage to have. Spend some time down here as now Scout in trouble. Flashes after getting the gold card, which is definitely good news as he dodges the Q. Wild card's going to find 5.
Blue suede shoes saves his life right there and completely neutralizes the play that OMG were trying to make in the mid tower. And because they had spent so many resources moving to the mid, it means that EDG now have massive advantage on pushing down these outer towers.
Yeah, and they'll have most of this wave as well if they want to push this one through. We'll probably be able to at least break any potential freezes by resetting this one on the turret. However, now clearlove waiting in the wings. When we see whether Icon is going to push further up. Doesn't have his ultimate yet. And juejue is looking for something here as well.
EDG are pushing through. They ping the tower. They have a huge lead on OMG right now in this push.
Yeah,
and xiyang canceled his back.
He was thinking about backing, but he's not going to be able to. Another minion wave is going to turn up as Icon as well poked out of this lane. Teleport down from Scout. Teleport up from Icon. But he's not actually going to pull the trigger here on this turret. It's already down below half health. 3 caster creeps. That minion wave is a long way away. We'll see whether they decide to tank it up or anything like that, as this tower still stands. And yeah, Mouse just going to hold on to this minion wave as best he can. The shield comes down, but EDG cannot finish it off.
They need to really respect the fact that they don't have any creeps with them, so the 66% reduction coming in for the tower is pretty big right there.
Yeah, but they are still able to wait for this next minion wave. Deft with some more bullets in the chamber are going to be able to lock that one down. So it's a 2-for-1 turret trade after that lane swap. And clearlove was able to utilize this extra pressure on the bottom side of the map. Keep clearing things out. However, juejue, level 5, very close to that 6 mark. And again, they're looking for Scout.
But Scout is so good. Like, he hasn't done anything. But the fact that he hasn't given away anything at all, because this is the only play OMG have available on the map. They can't do anything else. So Scout, the heads up. I know that they're going to come mid. I know that they're going to be looking at me. I don't have my flash. Just play safe. It's these small things, but a lesser mid would have been overextended and would have given OMG a foot back into this.
Yeah, true. Well, clearlove does hit level 6. Has himself the empowered claws. As Scout now just making himself invisible. He's level 7. Destiny's there. OMG now setting up here towards the top side of the map. Mouse is here as well as meiko clearing out vision.
They need to be a bit careful. Clearlove's on his way up, but he's not quite in position yet.
Well, meiko forced to use that flash to get out. Oh, juejue was looking for the kick and does find it as there's the Destiny. Juejue extraordinarily low. Teleport came in from xiyang as meiko is still alive somehow. Deft. He falls down first. It's massive damage though. Onto the Lissandra very early on as the dredge line comes in and Scout says, oh, well, no, we ain't doing anything here.
Mistake from EDG, a bit overzealous right there. Again, clearlove was on his way towards the top side, but Maokai was also on top, not necessarily in perfect position. And meiko got a bit too aggressive, clearing out that pink ward. Really needs to respect OMG, but good response from OMG.
Oh, yeah.
Still mechanically very well played, though. The fact that they're able to trade 1-for-1, the death sentence coming out on Karma, making sure that Lee can't get the immediate kickback because he uses the flay. Yep, salvage what they can, but in the end, OMG come out on top.
Yeah, thankfully, EDG were able to at least pick up 1 kill onto Icon, but we'll see whether OMG can ride this momentum from that last fight and get themselves something. The first 3 kills of the game already going down as juejue probably able to pick up his warrior enchant when he falls back to base, and does so. Now meiko positioning himself around this top side.
Still incredibly aggressive, trying to clean out that river so clearlove can get his way in. So you see Kha'Zix actually hovering beneath him.
Well, oh, the hook going to be avoided there by S1mLz, but the curtain call comes in. clearlove's looking for S1mLz, but 5 is going to be the one that falls, and clearlove grabs it. All too easy here from the EDG jungler.
Advantage now given back towards deft.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching Scout. The fact that they haven't even done this, or they've acquired such a lead without relying on the destiny, that it's entirely been on just clearlove being right place, right time.
He certainly was at that point. He's now deft holding onto this wave, and S1mLz is going to have to find somewhere else to farm. Because he has, this whole series, been ahead of deft, honestly. In the laning phase, almost every single time. This is almost the first time that we've seen deft come out ahead as far as this 1v1. And if anyone's good at laning phase, I'd probably give it to the old Miss Fortune.
Well, S1mLz did pick up a lot of farm when EDG pushed through on the 2 towers. So they traded the discrepancy between deft and S1mLz for the top, or excuse me, the bottom inner, as EDG now looking for a possible collapse.
Yeah, they are, as clearlove, he's in there. Death Sentence not going to find anyone. Mouse throws down the ultimate, takes himself a lantern, gets himself to safety. And EDG will have the Destiny available in a couple of seconds. But deft wants to push the top.
Exactly, and the discrepancy again is starting to open up because now deft is getting to do what S1mLz did previously, which is just sit up into a lane and farm. Or technically S1mLz was pushing the tower, but he was the primary benefactor of these are all my creeps. And Nautilus, you get nothing.
Well, that is being how it's turned out. However, Mouse is still behind. He's been thrown under the bus just a little bit. Deft doing a lot of work to this turret.
It's fine. It's Maokai, Nautilus, both low econ top laners. They don't necessarily need gold, but that's a gold card.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. Gold card is going to come out onto 5, however. juejue, fancy feet, was able to get himself out, but they just turned their attention to the support. I want to see that again, though. The kick into the Q land, into the safeguard to a ward over the wall, that was sexy. That was so nice.
Thresh still showing off and flexing his Lee Sin mechanics. What we really expect from him at this point. He set the bar pretty high.
Damn right he did. Seen some pretty good Lee Sin over the last couple of weeks.
Pretty good Lee Sin in the LPL in general.
clearlove's Lee Sin still has a pretty ludicrous win rate as well, if I remember correctly.
It's something absurd, like 56 wins and like 16 losses competitively.
Yeah, something dumb.
That's actually just crazy.
Well, S1mLz clearing out some minions, so he's able to find something back, as the Nautilus does find his way to the top lane, but deft was able to take down that turret. So, 2 turrets fall on the bottom side of the map. Outer falls on the top side. Scout grabs himself some little ones, and of course, with the loaded dice, that is like the best thing to do. To take down the little raptors.
The next objective for EDG technically is going to be this dragon or the mid tower. Although I have a feeling that because Destiny's down, they kind of want to stall this one out a little bit, wait for Twisted Fate to really be in a position. Although with OMG being really proactive and trying to force this, it might force EDG's hand faster than they would normally.
Well, you can see meiko actually moving around here as there's the curtain call. S1mLz takes the first couple of ults. There's the third one. Hits all of them as meiko pulls him back in. The Ignite's going to tick down. Nice shield comes in. As there's the gold card onto xiyang. Deadly Flourish not going to find S1mLz. Throws down the bullet time, but meiko just flashes out of the way. And now 5, once again, between a rock and a hard place. Deft is going to get jumped on. juejue is going to fall. It's a decent kick beforehand, but meiko as well, still making the sick plays on this Thresh. Claw of Doom comes in. Icon not going to follow it, and it's a double kill for clearlove. They just sacrificed deft and killed the whole team.
Most absurd meiko's mechanics, that team fight.
That was perfect.
Ridiculous. Okay, so let's watch this. So first and foremost, they're doing the dragon. Deft catches S1mLz with the slow, but meiko pretty much just finishes the kill. He does all of the damage, he ignites him, and he just styles on the Miss Fortune. Then he sits back here, and he's just kind of waiting and drawing attention, trying to reposition deft as the rest of his team comes back in. Eventually, we'll get back into the team fight, hit another sick death sentence. Just disgusting. He's going to hit it on juejue. Or, excuse me.
On Icon. After dodging all of his abilities, threading the needle through a cannon creep, and then still walking away with, like, sub 400 health. Oh my god. That is just insane.
OMG did manage to get the air Drake.
Yep.
Round of applause.
Congratulations.
That said, lost the team fight. EDG's hand was forced. They had to use the teleport to get down there as opposed to the Destiny. So don't have those 2 cooldowns available to them.
Yep, 1 teleport available as Icon does still have his. However, Destiny's up. So Scout should be able to follow, assuming he's around the mid lane into wherever he is needed. Mouse now, big creep wave. Xiyang and himself going to be battling through. 5.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
I was scared for him.
So was I. I thought that clearlove would just one-shot him.
He doesn't have his bot lane, so respecting.
Well, he's
No
now got his
longer
mid laner.
respecting.
As there's the Ghost Blade. Gold card does fly out though. As wild cards come in, they get a teleport for it. As Icon does make his way down towards the bottom side, and juejue is heading in too. So man advantage would have been there with OMG, and they decide to back away on the side of EDG.
I also think smartly picked because Scout does not have a lot of mana. He pretty much was coming in there for the initial gold card, and that was about it.
Yeah, and as well, Deft was happily farming things out here as well, so don't want to push their luck too much. And give away what could be pretty huge freeze for this Jhin on the bottom side of the map. And now Scout wants to get himself a blue buff. Everything quiet this stage.
With EDG holding their waves, however, it forces OMG into consolidating their resources into this mid lane.
Oh, that gold card was fantastic. Scout does get himself out. Death charges in there, but clearlove still wants more. Mouse looking for the engage on the backside. There's the curtain call. 5 has to flash. The ultimate immediately stopped there as Icon locked out of his claw, which he can't actually use to get out. The bullet time was good. Juejue is able to pick up a kill onto the Maokai. It's a 1-for-1 trade, however, and EDG still look to have the pushing power. Blue card was locked. Juejue waiting.
Yeah, looking for the flank.
Oh, does still have the kick available as clearlove manages to leap at the right time. Scout takes out 5, but he might pay for this one as another Q lands from Juejue. Locks up 1 more kill. So, once again, 2 for 2. Deadly Flourish onto S1mLz. Has to be careful.
Scout died saving clearlove's life.
Yep.
He stepped forward, gold carded the Karma to make sure that Karma couldn't throw out the Q to kill clearlove on the back half of that.
We do it for our leader.
Honorable man.
Mm-hmm. As Deft is going to be the beneficiary of this and picks himself up a whole bunch of farm. Juejue, however, still looking damn good on this Lee Sin. We'll see whether he can keep it up.
But these last big engagements really haven't meant anything in terms of the tempo of the game outside just kill gold. They're not over towers. They're not over dragons. They're just 2 teams trying to kill each other.
Yeah, they most certainly are. They look
like
good doing it.
The Colosseum of League of Legends.
Well, OMG now with positional advantage here on this mid lane. Nice wild cards, clear out the minions, but EDG will still lose this one, and Icon makes his way in. There's another Frozen Tomb as gold card has been locked. Takes himself a land to get out, and Icon's going to get hit by the hook. Once again, Meiko playing like a beast, and xiyang also going to fall to the hands of clearlove. EDG just seem to be 1 step ahead with these team fights, and Def now moving towards this outer turret. OMG did get that outer, which is a good news story. However, not a lot they can do now with this man disadvantage, 3 against 5.
Yep, treated 1 for 1 in the end. We'll see where they move next. EDG should have expected that, however. Again, with Deft having such a deep freeze on the bottom side, there's nowhere else for S1mLz to safely go, rather than to consolidate resources mid and try to push that last standing outer.
Well.
Dragon spawning in 45 seconds, though. Should start to see the teams resetting their position. EDG really need to start picking up some sweepers. They're still sitting on 3 trinkets.
Yeah. Of course, Deft and Scout probably haven't been back in a little while. Scout probably wants to pick up his Lich Bane relatively soon. Clearlove heading back to base now as well. We'll get more of Malmortius completed. 606. My god, he's huge as Deft. Ghostblade popped. And Juejue looking for the Q. He certainly has to. As Deft will be able to take himself a lantern, but decides instead that he wants to kill the Lee Sin.
So Juejue was trying to get in position to hit him with the E and make that Q much easier to hit with distance, but unfortunately for him, the creep wave.
Yeah. Well, Ocean Drake now spawning. Juejue waiting in the pit. Back coming in from Mouse. This is dangerous from OMG. There is full vision available from EDG. Destiny going to come out. OMG reset their position. 4 members strong. Nowhere for Scout to come in too safely.
A ward has been placed for the deep teleport, however.
Yeah, and that's just clearlove says thank you very much for the leash. As now meiko decides he wants to engage. The box goes down. Clearlove, huge damage into the backline as S1mLz is going to fall. Juejue can't find anything, and the resets are coming through for the Kha'Zix. Jumps onto 5, gets the triple kill theoretically, but Deft is able to pick that one up. And now Juejue is going to fall. Could it be clearlove? There it is. And the triple comes out. Now Scout looking for Icon. Doesn't have flash. Can't close the distance. But EDG, if you want to talk about night and day performances, just take this game and the last 2.
But this was the performance we expected from EDG.
Exactly.
This is where they have set the bar, and this is why they are considered the best team in the LPL. Because if they don't perform like this, it's frankly a disappointment.
And it's weird. Very strange. However, definitely able to get the work done now as Deft takes himself a lantern.
clearlove's Kha'Zix is just sick.
It is so good. 9-0-7.
When juejue kicked him out there, and you're expecting the Lissandra then to immediately look for the Q and find the assassination, like, that's it, he's done, the shutdown. No. Instead, jumps forward and just slaps him in the face.
Yeah. Cuts his face off, I think, is what happens when you've got big old claws like that.
That is the most extreme Scyther I've ever seen.
Has he evolved? Could it be a scissor? He decided not to go for the Mecha Kha'Zix skin, so it obviously isn't. And Deft wants to grab himself a red buff, does so quite easily. As you can see, the Kha'Zix slinking now towards the top side of the map. And you were talking about neutral objective control. Well, it's 20 minutes into the game.
The last buff exists. Exactly. The last standing outer is going to be that top side, so it's already beneficial for EDG to be playing towards the top side of the map since they have a 6-minute window where Dragon's not available. Start to see them set up or control vision pocket of Baron itself, then move into OMG's red jungle, place triangle vision, and then look for a pick. They've got the Thresh. They've got the Destiny.
And they've got meiko on fire at the moment.
Or, if they choose to just turn and burn this Baron, Kha'Zix will do ridiculous amounts of damage to it.
Yeah, almost has a Ghost Blade for himself as well. Not going for that sort of AoE Kha'Zix that we often see, wanting to farm up very, very quickly with something like a Ravenous Hydra. Just wants to go for, I'm going to kill people as well as I possibly can. As the Claw comes out, juejue looking for it, but the gold card just baited completely out of clearlove and Scout, and now xiyang able to get himself out of the way of the ultimate, but right into the deadly flourish. We can see where the Icon, he does make his way in. It's decent damage as clearlove still alive, throws down the ultimate, stays in the fight, and EDG get a clean ace. 5-0.
That gold card to start it off, though, was so sexy.
The fact that it put me off for the whole rest of the team fight.
Scout standing in Fog of War, knowing that they can't see him because they have pink control, and then clearlove just baits juejue out, hits him in the Sonic Wave with the gold card, and just deletes him.
Just ridiculous. And EDG tear apart this Baron. Are going to empowered recall back, and we'll see what they're going to be able to do with this, whether they go for some sort of 1-3-1 situation. No teleports available apart from Scout, but he would like to be using that Destiny as well in order to get around. But let's have a look at it again.
Just in mid-Sonic Wave, hits him with it.
And clearlove obviously brought him there too, because he was tagged with it, waiting for the resonating strike.
Then also saved by the heal there. The fact that clearlove doesn't die here is a testament. But just no fear. Continuously running forward. Scout now still in the back half. They're cleaning up the rest of OMG. That's a 22-minute ace. That's a 22-minute Baron. And that's a
11,000 gold lead at 23 minutes.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Just ludicrous. And EDG now setting up here towards the top side. xiyang able to get himself to safety with the dredge line. But the tower is not going to be so lucky because he can't move out of the way of, honestly, what is basically a wrecking crew of EDG.
And here comes the
one more
siege.
time. Yeah, exactly right. 5 has to flash. Not going to land the last couple of bolts here on the side of Deft, but they create enough space, and that's all he needs to do.
Got the creep wave behind them, got the Baron buff. Juejue looking for a miracle.
Oh, they're going to need one. Frozen Tomb is available. Juejue does get a kick onto Deft, but he QSS's at mid-kick and flashes out. Juejue is going to die. clearlove's got himself a reset. Nice Frozen Tomb on Icon himself, but now he's right in the middle of it. Zhonya's is down. But OMG can't use the space that he's gaining for them whatsoever. Destiny is going to get Scout right onto the enemy team. And clearlove, what? Okay, Goomba stomps the support.
I mean, I feel like the first 2 games of this were pretty much in hard mode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like EDG. I wonder whether we can do this without a jungler. apparently.
But that was best case scenario from juejue. He got right onto deft. The QSS immediately came out into a flash, so deft doing a great job repositioning himself immediately. But it doesn't get cleaner than that.
And clearlove's now 12-0-10. 22 kill participation out of 28. He is all over this game. Ghostblade completed. We'll be able to go back to base and buy even more items. And a Kha'Zix that's ahead is just a revolting thing to witness.
The damage is pretty absurd.
Oh yeah, BF sword now done as well. So going for what could be a Bloodthirster. Grab that extra sustain, why not? Flat damage, pretty damn good on the old Kha'Zix. And he's got the double armor penetration items as well as his warrior enchantment. The man has a lot of CDR as well, given the fact that he has 20% from his items alone. Now moving towards this Ocean Drake spawning in 2 seconds.
And while 3 resources of EDG are taking this dragon, you have the mid lane being pushed by Mouse, and likewise the bottom being pushed by Scout. So making sure that they're setting themselves up for their next move on the map.
Yeah. Deft is going to be able to help out here. Double Ocean Drake will be helping EDG as well, especially if clearlove wants to jump in and out of these fights. Blue buff going to be taken there from Scout. Exactly right.
I believe it's an 8-second window, though, to count as out of combat.
Yeah. So maybe not in and out of fights, but if they are able to disengage and then re-engage, could possibly work out. Deadly Flourish flies through. Bit of damage onto juejue. OMG for the moment. Now without having to contend with the Baron buff, looking a little bit better.
But now looking for their 4-1. Scout moving over into the mid lane.
Yeah. And that inhibitor being down means that super creeps are going to start knocking on the front door of OMG. Back going to come in. Scout looking for a potential engagement here as the death sentence lands from meiko. Decides not to go in on it as Mouse off to the side. 5 takes bajillions of damage from deft. As that curtain call was in there. Scout also right in amongst it. The wildcard picks up a stray karma on the back end and Icon's going to explode. More damage onto S1mLz as the Twisted Advance is going to get in and clearlove can't even get any hits off onto him after he launches his way through gold card onto the Nautilus, but these turrets are falling apart. The Nexus is going to be next to fall. A 26-minute victory for EDG after falling in game number 2. And you can see a smile on clearlove's face. Mouse as well has looked jolly all day, honestly. And EDG, after what was a pretty disappointing first 2 games, come back with a vengeance in game number 3.
They thrashed OMG in game number 3. Scout in particular, that last team fight was really impressive. Again, understanding his responsibility and his position in that team perfectly. My team is engaging on OMG members off to the right. I know that the threat is juejue, so he steps to the left and he just zones out Lee Sin. Immediately gold cards him so there's no follow-up. So deft is safe to push forward into OMG.
Yeah, and then accidentally kills 5 with a wild card that's doing heaps of damage. EDG shaking the hands of OMG. And honestly, today we've had 2 very similar series. Honestly, Vici versus Saint. On paper, looks like a Vici victory, but Saint managed to take game number 2. Vici come back with a vengeance in game number 3 and really take them down. Same thing happens here with EDG OMG. EDG, well-deserved bow. And man, that was what we were expecting from the first 2 games. And thankfully it happened in game number 3.
To be frank,